to rip. Dean Larry, you got to load that one up. Hey, hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey, and set. Good! The Warriors in the state final!
Welcome in ICRC-TV. We're in Liberty Township at Lakota East High School for Division I District Semifinals basketball. We've got the number 7 Mason Comets taking on the number 6 Loveland Tigers. Hello everyone, I'm Josh Semstad. I'll be joined by Glenn Olson tonight. Glenn, we've already seen one of the better basketball games tonight as Lakota East plays host to some of the best basketball in Cincinnati this week. Game 2 of the doubleheader tonight. What do we got for Mason?
For the Comets, who play in the always vaunted GMC, they come in with a 15-8 record. They finished at 12-4 in the GMC. Their last game, they defeated Ursuline 39-36. They come in on a 4-game winning streak. That previous 4-game streak was capped off with a 4 overtime loss that we covered against Sycamore.
Yeah,
Sycamore Aviators.
The ICRC crew will remember that one of the longer games. I think it is the longest game we've ever had at ICRC. But yeah, I mean, they've got a couple notable wins against Ursuline and that tough GCL as well.
Yeah, it's notable wins against Ursuline, Riverdale, and Sycamore. Some key losses. They lost to Princeton twice, Lakota West, who won the GMC this year, Sycamore, and Kettering Fairmont, who's, again, highly ranked, as we've grown used to. We'll talk about Loveland when we get an opportunity.
Tip coming here. It'll be Alana Carter for the Comets.
Jillian Hayes for the Tigers.
Tigers will bring the ball down and head east. First pass, Aaron, and out of bounds there.
Looking to get it to Hayes right off the bat, and pass came in just a little too hot, Josh.
Jillian Hayes, ECC Co-Player of the Year. Loveland Tigers coming off their first ever Eastern Cincinnati Conference title. We have another ball out of bounds here. This time it'll go the direction of the Comets.
Yeah, first time in 3 years that Walnut Hills had not won at least a share of the ECC title in girls basketball.
And Glenn, we just saw that Walnut Hills team, and that is a tough team to dethrone from that conference.
They're going to be a tough out in the tournament, the way they play defense and just their overall teamwork.
So the Comets working it around the perimeter.
We'll see what
Carter's trying to dish it in, was looking for Popplewell, and 2 errant passes, 1 on each end of the court to start our game off here.
Loveland Tigers did lead the ECC this year in blocks, just over 4, and at steals, almost 13. So they know how to play defense. Coach Darnell Parker, in his second year after coming over from Clark Montessori, has infused whole new energy into this Loveland girls program, to say the least.
Yeah, he was ECC Coach of the Year. Big rebound from Hayes there. Dish in and bucket. Great play for the Tigers. Finishing it off is Tess Brorman.
Now you know why Hayes is going on to play big-time women's college basketball, and she'll stay home and go to the University of Cincinnati.
Carter fouled before she was shot. You'll see the replay here. So Carter will bring it in baseline here.
Raby gets
into the corner to Popplewell. She steps for 3, hits it for... They're going to give it 3. Thought a foot might have been on the line there, but Popplewell gives the Comets the early lead.
Officials tonight, Michael Brown, Guy Wright, and Chris Casey. By the way.
Tigers working it around, drive now, and I believe they'll call a blocking foul there on Carter. And that'll send Broerman to the line. Some fans looking for a walk there. You see the 3 here. Popplewell pops it in.
Actually going to call that on Cosme of Mason.
Brorman hits her first.
No, Josh, I've been doing these games with you with ICRC for what, 5 years or so now, and free throw percentage seems to be getting better.
Yeah, I mean, it's something coaches definitely harp on because that's, I think, you know, one of those fundamental things you have to have if you're going to be ready for that college level, and we've got a lot of college-ready players here tonight for both these squads. Sloppy play there, trying to go quick up the sideline with it was Megan Wagner. She had it swatted out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Comets. Kissimmee the inbound to Carter.
Loveland's going to stay aggressive defensively, and there's a block from Hayes.
Huge block from Hayes there, Glenn. Give it right back to her. She drives in, buries it. Comets fans looking for a walk.
She gets it done on both ends. I don't think it was a walk.
No, I don't think it was a walk either. I think they were just fine. Comets get it across the timeline. Wagner up top. Carter.
Carter, a University of Akron commit.
Kissimmee has it tied up, and it's stolen away. It's stolen back away. And we're going to have an over and back. Unfortunate sequence there, Glenn.
So the block here by Hayes. And then she'll get it done at the other end. Taking that pass and going in from the free throw line for an easy bucket.
Captain Carey into the game for the Comets. Kate Gary for Loveland. We'll switch it around. Back over to Browerman. Back over to Hayes and back to Browerman. Excuse me, that's Jenna Batch.
Hayes, interestingly enough, out on the perimeter, not playing down in the post.
Gets her own rebound, does Gary. Puts it back in. Extends the lead 7-3. Tigers pressing on the Comets. Popplewell bringing it up now. She stops up top. Give it to Carter. Back over. Comets bring it all the way around. Wagner to Popplewell, and she loses it. Ball's on the ground. Big scrum there.
She found herself in that double team situation.
It'll be a jump ball.
Into the game for the Tigers, number 11, Josie Early.
Stay with the Comets. We'll have some substitutions here.
Josie Early checked in for the Tigers.
So it's Wagner up top for the Comets now. Comets open the lane up, dish it outside to Popplewell. Off the front of the rim, rebound Tigers.
And Carter was a decoy that time on the other side of that play. It left Popplewell wide open.
Hayes, layup and in.
Jillian Hayes.
Hayes makes it look easy, doesn't she, around the basket?
Such an athlete and leader on this Tigers team. She's already got a couple tonight. A lot of movement for the Comets. They'll put it back up top to Wagner. Carter trying to make a run underneath. Top to Popplewell and swatted away by Batch. See Batch there having herself a defensive game already.
There's Hayes. Just able to use the height to go up and basically corral that ball with her fingertips, Josh.
We had a substitution there, Glenn, for Mason. Amanda Barnes is on. It's Megan Wagner up top. She'll dish it off to Carey. Back over to Wagner. Wagner for a three now. Floats it off the rim. And rebound for Loveland.
She had to shoot that one a little bit higher than she would have liked to get over Hayes.
It was a very high arcing shot. This time a three for Loveland. A little short. They'll get the rebound. Now a deep three.
Whoa.
Yes!
What
She says count it.
Kate Gary would have been a college three, if not an NBA three.
Kate Gary had no problem from the parking lot there, and that gets the Loveland section up on their feet.
See, a initial shot came in from the left side, but look how far behind the line Gary was there.
Nothing but nylon for her. Great shot from Gary.
Yeah.
Gives Loveland the 12-3 lead. Another than Popplewell's opening three from the corner, Glenn. Mason's cold on offense.
Yeah, and give credit to the Loveland, or the Loveland defense, for really being very physical, taking away passing lanes, forcing Mason into bad shots, even though they found themselves where Loveland's in a mismatch and they have a wide open shooter. They just can't get the shots to go.
Yeah, I mean, as Wagner brings up here for the Comets, Loveland Glen, I mean, very intimidating team coming off their first ever conference title as it's stripped and stolen away from Popplewell. Fast break now for the Tigers. Off the glass and in, and it's Batch. Yeah, they're coming off their first conference title ever. They led the ECC in steals, in blocks. I mean, it's a team full of ball hawks and a team full of shooters. And a team that's led by the ECC Coach of the Year, Darnell Parker.
The ECC, very tough this year. West Claremont was very good. Of course, Walnut Hills was very good.
Popplewell drives in. It's off the back of the rim and out.
Boy, that rim has not been kind to either team in the first half of our broadcast tonight.
Long pass to Hayes. It goes off the front of the rim. She was looking for a foul, as were the Loveland faithful. They won't get it, though. Carter. Little jumper off the rim from Barnes.
Easily rebounded by Hayes.
Few more empty possessions from the Comets, and they're still down 14-3 as the Tigers bring it up slowly.
Yeah, whatever Coach Matula was trying to get accomplished in that timeout, just not working. This Loveland Tigers defense, tenacious.
They went all the way around the horn there and then drove in and got the foul. Barnes was the foul there. It'll send Josie Early to the line.
Line shooting 2, number 11.
Early 60% from the line. Pops the first one out. We'll have some substitutions here. Big switches for the Tigers. Because Gabby Rosano comes on, just a single substitution for the Comets. Hayes and Broerman are going to get some rest for the Tigers. Early knocks down her second one, extends the lead to 15-3. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Wagner up top to Carter.
Loveland's
Carey going to drive.
Yeah, Loveland just going to continue to be very aggressive, not give Mason room to work offensively.
Carey tried to dish it back up top to Barnes. It was stolen away. Early up top. Another three for the Tigers. Yes, ma'am! Kate Gary adds on to the big Loveland lead here. It's 18-3, and Coach Matula does not look pleased on that Mason Comets sideline.
His team just can't solve this Mason or this Loveland defense, and certainly don't have any answers on their own defensive end.
And a foul called on Olivia Raby. They'll send Wagner to the line. Here's that last three. Tigers faithful excited here at Lakota East High School as they have a big 18-3 lead here in the first quarter. Wagner at the line with just over a minute left to play. Knocks her first.
Mason's first trip to the free throw line in this game.
Hayes coming back into the game for Loveland.
Comes nearly 7 minutes in. See Coach Parker, Loveland, as Josh mentioned earlier, the ECC Coach of the Year, girls basketball.
And he's very animated over there, almost doing like some full dances, jumping up and down on that sideline. Wagner hits her second, gets both of them.
Well, I wasn't kidding when I said he's infused some energy into this program.
Yes, he has. That is a very energetic bench with a very energetic fan section behind them. So here we go, just over a minute to play, and an open lady under the basket there. A nice pass. That's Jenna Batch adding to her total already. She's got 4 so far. 20-5 is the lead. Mason almost lost the ball there. Put it back up top. Popplewell underneath. She'll send it back up top. Now it's Carter. Carter trying to drive. Carter lays it up and in.
Gonna need a big game out of Carter.
Batch again quickly and open under the basket. Hits another one.
$10 points in the game for Batch thus far.
Comets working it around up top. Carter will wait for some movement.
Getting the movement, but Loveland just responding very quickly defensively, as you see on your screen.
Rosano to Popplewell, and she gets the charge. These Loveland Tigers are fired up, Glenn. They're shutting down Maryland Popplewell and the Mason Comets.
Well, it's been a rough couple of years, unfortunately, for the Loveland Tigers in boys basketball, girls basketball, football. Pretty excited to have something to be excited about, I guess.
And they are very excited as they'll get a standing ovation from their fan section here at the end of one. 22-7 is our lead here in district semifinals. You're watching ICRC-TV. We'll be right back.
Fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando Mario me dijo que tenía problemas en el trabajo, que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él y quiero que me apoyen, que me entiendan y que me quieran.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elma's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
22-7 is your score after the first quarter here at Lakota East High School for Division I district semifinals. The Loveland Tigers have just been on fire, courtesy of Jenna Batch and Kate Gary.
And the defense of Jillian Hayes.
Yeah, the defense has just been remarkable. They'll give it to Hayes underneath. She makes a nice grab and is fouled.
Nope, travel.
Oh, they got her for a travel, excuse me.
Referee on the near side, it's hard to see from our vantage point, but the referee working the near sideline from our broadcast position, your far sideline watching at home, called the travel.
So Wagner up the sideline. Nice pass into Popplewell. She gives it back up top. And it's back to Wagner.
She might want that one back.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't pop up and shoot that one there.
And she had Hayes waiting on her, so that could be why, but they haven't had a lot of great clean looks at the basket, and they haven't converted them when they have, Josh.
Yeah, Loveland's really shutting the lane down for the Comets right now. The Comets are doing a nice job of moving the ball. It's just this defense is very, very solid.
They are. Loveland is very athletic, able to keep up step for step. The screens aren't working. They're battling through the screens.
Now you're getting a defense chance from the stands. Popplewell is blocked. Rebound, though, from Barnes. Can't go in again. Barnes there to get two good rebounds, or excuse me, that's Maddie Baird. Maddie Baird with two good boards in the putback there.
Takes advantage of the second chance she was afforded. Been a tough rim here tonight.
Very tough rims here at Lakota East High School. Hayes has it up top. We're going to have a violation.
Foul away from the ball.
Foul is called on number 22.
Here's a look at that last bucket. There was the block and then two good rebounds. You'll see from Maddie Baird. Great no quitting from the Mason Comets.
Tess Browerman of Loveland was whistled on that last foul. That's her first, the team's third, Josh.
And Mason almost lost control of the ball there, going up the sideline. It'll stay with the Comets, though. They'll go back court to Wagner. And Wagner is tripped up, being guarded by Josie Early.
It was last touched by the Comets. Nope.
I'm not sure who they're. We got two players waiting out of bounds here.
Well, the Loveland player went first. That's why I thought it was going to be Loveland ball. Now we got all kinds of confusion on the floor.
We got a shoe getting tied underneath the basket here.
All right. Thought he was coming in to clarify the call or conference up on the call.
Mason ball, here we go.
Boy, look at, see, again, Loveland just denying the inbounds, making everything difficult for the Comets.
Got it to Maddie Baird. Maddie Baird almost lost it. Got it to Carter. Alana Carter. Big three here. Hits it. Comets needed that. That's Riley Kosimi. And the deficit's down to 10 now. Another big three from Loveland.
That was Gary trying to get another NBA three in.
Gary's trying to hit. She already hit one from the parking lot earlier, trying to do it again.
She gets the rebound now. That was actually Kapsakavich on the rebound, pardon me.
Here's the look at that last three as we try and assess the fouls called here. I think they're just going to give it, call it out of bounds, and it'll be Mason's ball here. As we saw hefty substitutions for each team. Wagner to Popplewell. Back to Wagner as the Comets get it across the timeline.
Rob Matula just absolutely beside himself on the sideline with some of the calls he's seeing on the floor. But again, it's Loveland dictating tempo.
Stolen away here. Drive and the layup is good. Jenna Batch is having herself a game. Another steal and another bucket for her. Extends the lead to 12. Popplewell is going to try and drive. Dish it back across. He was looking for Gabby Rosano. And Popplewell, that's a few that she's ended up passing away now that she's had an open look as we see Batch's bucket after her steal.
Yeah, Loveland defensively just came in from behind.
We get another rebound here. Hayes is going to drive with 2 on her. Gets right through and it's off the front of the rim. Steps back in for her own rebound.
It's again, Coach Matula beside himself, as are the Mason faithful.
Rebound here. Kissimmee lays it in.
Whistle on the floor.
You see the drive in here. Kissimmee lays it in. Kissimmee 2 big buckets there. The 3 and the putback there. Deficit stays at 10.
CC Carey checks in for Mason. Turn that dead ball.
Tried to lay it kind of behind the back shot there off the glass. Won't go though. Mason rebounds and takes it up the floor. There's Wagner.
Trying that play where the offensive player sprints in from the corner. Just couldn't get it to roll.
Wagner to CC. Into Carter. Tried to go back to CC. Now back to Carter. Carter takes a big 3. It's off the back of the rim and a rebound by Batch.
Had the distance. You could argue too much distance.
Batch dishes it out. And air on the 3 from Kate Gary. Just under 4 minutes left to play in your first half. 24-14 is your score. The Loveland defense shutting down the hopes of the Comets. Alana Carter brings it up.
Mason's chipping away. They trailed by 15 at the end of the first quarter. Now it's a 10-point deficit, as you pointed out. So slowly but surely.
Trying to get it into Popplewell, but nothing there. And they're going to call a foul. And now it's Darnell Parker, who's not happy with the officials.
Fouls called on number 24, Kate Gary.
Here's a look at it.
Kate Gary guilty of the foul.
Rosano trying to get it into Popplewell, but Popplewell was tripped up there, as you see Darnell Parker wondering how they got that call. Carter's going to inbound it for the Comets.
I'm not sure either, to be honest. There was very light contact, if there was contact at all. Mason player went to the ground.
Mason getting a little sloppy with the ball. Just into Rosano. Rosano trying to get it to Carter, and it's out of bounds. Will stay here with the Comets, though. Glenn, what are you seeing from the Mason offense and their movements right now? They're trying to, I feel like, force a lot of passes into double coverage.
They are, and I think the biggest obstacle is Loveland's height. They're not an overly tall team, but They have several tall players on the floor right now and just taking away passing lanes, taking up space, and again, forcing Mason into passes and shots that they'd rather not be in, I think.
Kosimi and Wagner are back on the floor for the Comets. Kosimi has it now.
You know, sometimes you get in a situation during league play where you have somebody 5'4" who's down guarding in the post. You're just not going to get that against this Loveland Tigers team.
Wagner's going to drive, and it's swatted away by Hayes. Doing what she does, one of the many things she does best for this Loveland Tigers team. And we'll go back up top now.
Be very
Batch
curious.
is going to slow it down.
See the halftime stats, Josh, because Loveland has not turned the ball over a lot.
No, Loveland working very efficiently as Hayes misses an easy layup there. It's rebounded by Carter.
Yeah, and Hayes just can't get her shots to fall for whatever reason. She only has 4 points, and that's at least the third or fourth I've seen roll off the back iron.
Kosimi in the corner. It was swatted away. Nice choice by the freshman Maddie Baird to let that one roll away.
See what Mason does. A little box play on this out of bounds.
Score has stayed the same about the last minute as Carter sends one airmailing. It'll be a race down to the baseline. And Baird's going to trip over the ball, and it'll be Loveland ball. And Robin Tula is not happy on that Mason Comets bench.
Well, Carter was running out of time. She had to do something, but the likelihood of winning that foot race, probably not real good. And Mason's a good team, don't get me wrong. This Loveland team has a lot of athletes up and down their roster.
I'm not sure that Mason has seen a defense like this.
Right.
I mean, this defense has just been perfect, and the offense is working very efficiently right now. Hayes almost loses it, puts it up off the glass for 2.
Hayes now up to 6.
Lead back at 12 for Loveland.
Now you're forcing yourself into a bad situation there. Carter couldn't handle it.
Carter got herself open but couldn't handle the pass. Nice dish in underneath. 2 points. That's Sophia Raby, and she forces the timeout from the Comets. You see your last 2 buckets here, the one from Hayes.
Timeout, Loveland, a 30-second timeout.
And a long pass. And the little bounce pass underneath in the lane to Raby to finish it off. But what led to that one was you had the Mason Comet player, I believe it was Rosano, at the free throw line, squared up against Hayes, and she wanted to get rid of the ball rather than maybe try to shot fake Hayes into something where she could have maybe had a decent look at the basket. But once she decided to pull it down and not shoot, Loveland pounced.
Well, yeah, and that's some of the, Loveland's got the size right now, and I think that there's been some interesting substitutions so far. I mean, you look at who you have out there right now. I mean, you've got Baird, Kosimi, and Wagner out there. That's not a lot of size compared to, Hayes and Batch and Gary out there right now.
Do want to take a moment to thank Lakota East for the hospitality at the athletics department staff. Trying to make the setup a little bit easier on you guys, despite a multitude of practices occurring around you.
Very busy season is the high school spring sports season, especially as we get to the end of winter season and the 2 seasons start to merge. A lot going on for the many student athletes around here, but do appreciate the staff at Lakota East being very accommodating, a great facility to host a lot of the top 10 Cincinnati high school ball teams this week.
Just the epicenter of girls basketball, as we commented earlier in the show.
Wagner gets tied up with Raby. We'll stay here with the Comets as Raby's called for a foul.
Can't recall if we mentioned it, but the winner of this game will go on to take on the winner of Edgewood and Mount Notre Dame. Could say Mount Notre Dame.
Feel fairly confident the nationally ranked Cougars will take care of business as they usually do. I know you were saying Coach of the Year awards are in
Scott
store.
Rogers, Naismith Award. 3-ball, just a shot put.
Baird got the rebound, almost tried to get it again. A lot of hustle from these Mason Comets under the hoop, but couldn't seem to put it back in there.
They are, and not wanting to insult the Comets by any means, Josh. They just can't match Loveland's defensive pace when Mason is on offense right now. Loveland is just so quick.
Yeah,
Mason just gets caught out of position because of that.
Loveland's tall, quick, very stout defense, very efficient offense. And, you know, Mason's going to have to do what Mason's done best this year, and that's grit out a tough, rough win.
Right.
And we've seen them do that plenty of times. We've seen them go 4 overtimes before. You know, this team has the heart and the toughness to do it off as they get a steal right there, courtesy of Lana Carter and Marilyn Popplewell.
And Coach Matul, I'm sure, can't wait to get to the Comets into the locker room and make some adjustments for the second half. It goes without saying.
28-14 your score. We're under 30 seconds to play as Carter's shot is blocked.
Wow.
Jenna Batch got up there to say no.
Used to Hayes still in it, but Batch right there as well.
Get a look at it, Glenn.
There's Carter driving hard, and then there's Batch. Swatted away.
Comets will have 25 seconds to try and get a shot off here. Carter on the inbound. She gets to Popplewell. Popplewell is going to drive. Called for the foul off the front of the rim.
Nice break there for the Comets.
She's fouled by Olivia Raby.
It's Raby's second foul. Team sixth. The half doesn't have a whole lot of time remaining in it.
Popplewell at the line, one of the better free throw shooters in the GMC, excuse me. She hits her first. A great 85% at the line is Popplewell. We see a substitution for the Tigers. Josie Early going to get some rest.
51-60, according to the GMC Stats website for her from the charity stripe this year.
Pops out the second one, though. Now 20 seconds to play, and the Tigers will have an opportunity for the last shot of the first half. It's Gary into Hayes. Hayes dishes it out to Batch for the three. Yes! Nylon.
Boy,
Batch is feeling it from the arc, Glenn. Last second, he will fall short. 31-15 is your score. The number 6 seed Loveland Tigers lead the number 7 seed Mason Comets. We'll have some highlights and a quick break. We'll be back with the second half. You are watching ICRC-TV.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda poco a poco aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, such a weirdo, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back into Lakota East High School. As you see on your screen here, we're in Liberty Township, Ohio for Division I District Semifinals. You're watching ICRC-TV. I'm Josh Semstrat. I'm joined by Glenn Olson. 31-15 is your score. The Loveland Tigers, the 6th seed, lead the number 7 seed Mason Comets. So you see some highlights of Jillian Hayes for the Tigers on your screen. She's been tearing it up along with Jenna Batch and Kate Gary. That trio has been very destructive for the Mason Comets, Glenn.
Yeah, she's been a real force on the floor, to say the least, on both ends. Mason struggling. Just quick statistics, Mason only shot 25% from the field in the first half. Loveland almost 57%. Points off turnovers were a big difference, 15 for Loveland, 6 for Mason. Only 4 turnovers for the Tigers, 8 for the Comets. A couple of players for the Tigers in foul trouble. They both have the last name Raby, Olivia, Sophia with 2 apiece. No foul concerns for the Comets at the moment. Pretty much all you need to know.
Yeah, Glenn, we had a lot of this tipped out there by Popplewell. The Tigers were looking to get it to Hayes on the corner. Yeah, in just about everything, in a lot of the stats categories and score, obviously, Loveland just doubled the productivity of the Comets.
Yeah, just not a big surprise due to all the things we talked about. And boy, if Hayes could get a roll, she'd be well beyond her 6 points.
She's had quite a few layups roll in and out of the rim. Popplewell had the rebound there.
She'd be 16 or 18 points by now, I think. You can't make every one, but she just doesn't seem to be getting a roll tonight. Loveland defense plays a factor there. Batch tipped that one away.
Batch killing it, and she hands it over to Raby, Sophia Raby, that is. Now it's back to Batch up top. She'll stop and pull back to Gary.
Yeah, I think Loveland's just going to continue to try to wear Mason out.
Batch jumps, and then a foul is called, and they're going to get the charge, I believe.
Yes. It's the indication the official gave. And that'll be Jenna Batch's first foul. And their first of the half for the Tigers.
Nice job by Carter hanging in there and drawing the charge. She's been very good at that under the basket for the Comets this year. She'll handle the ball and give it to Popplewell. She'll switch courts to Kissimmee for the 3. Kissimmee brings the Comets back in with 11.
Yeah, really good job by Mason there to get that ball away from Jillian Hayes and cross court to Kissimmee, where she had a great look at the basket.
Underneath the Batch, she'll bring it back out into the corner now. Going underneath the Hayes, she's working on Popplewell, gets the bucket and the foul.
Got what she needed that time.
Foul is called on number 34, Marilyn Popplewell.
Here's that Mason 3, a great pass from Popplewell there to Kissimmee. Nice 3. And then you'll see the foul here on Hayes. Does a nice job working around Popplewell. Pops the elbow, gets the bucket, hits her foul shot for a 3-point play. And the lead's back to 14 for the Tigers.
Some of the Loveland students. Go ahead, Josh, sorry.
Yeah, you were going to say the down the drive chance coming from the Loveland students there. I'd imagine that's for Jillian Hayes, who's committed to the University of Cincinnati Bearcat program.
That's exactly what it was for.
Great women's program on the rise down there at UC. Easy lay-in bucket there for number 25, Jenna Batch. Continuing to add to her point total today.
I believe she has 11.
Up top with Wagner now.
Again, just not many opportunities for a mismatch on the floor for Mason. Now we get a control foul away from the ball.
I believe it was the little two-hand shove there that got called on the Tigers. As you see the last bucket from Batch. Lays it off the glass and in. See some substitutions now.
So Raby will go to the bench with 3 fouls, Josh.
Just under 5 minutes left to play. Definitely some foul trouble, but hopefully won't have to sit for too long as Popplewell draws the foul.
going to be on Hayes, I believe. Indeed it is. As active,
I believe that's only her first.
Yeah, as active as she's been defensively tonight, just her first foul and a little contact on the arm there.
Popplewell hits her first as we see some substitutions. Maddie Baird in for Kissimmee. Popplewell hits both of her free throws.
Deep bend on the knees, gave her all the strength she needed to get that one through.
Loveland's lead still at 14. Get over to Batch.
That's
swinging around the horn.
That second quarter was really closely contested. It was just a 9-8 scoring advantage for Loveland.
Long three is missed. Yeah, they just got off to like such a hot start in that first quarter there.
Right.
Carter's going to try and hit a three. She left it short. And we'll go the other way with the Tigers as Popplewell couldn't get to the rebound.
Carter, as we mentioned earlier, on her way to the University of Akron. Played collegiately. Yeah. Lots of talent we've seen on this floor tonight, going on to play at the next level.
All the way over, open for a three, and it'll roll off the rim. Kate Gary's three-point attempt.
What a save by Hayes.
Hayes gets it in, they work it around and dish it in to Batch, who lays it off the glass again. Darnell Parker is fired up and very happy with the way his Loveland Tigers are playing right now. ECC Coach of the Year, and I think we've seen why from developing such a secure defense.
Yeah, watch this hustle for Hayes. And then watch how Loveland will convert this. There's Batch coming in.
They just don't quit, and that's her second one she got like that. She had another great save underneath the baseline the other direction in the first quarter to save a layup. So,
yeah, if you're Mason, the problem is you take Hayes out of the play, you've got so many other weapons you're competing with over there. So it's not just a matter of containing Hayes. You just have to find opportunity by using a screen to get somebody a clean look at the basket, I think, Josh. And it's not an easy task against this Loveland defense.
No, I mean, when you have a player like Jillian Hayes, the senior forward, she was the second. She's just one of those overall well-rounded good players that just leads in so many categories. She was second in the ECC in points per game and rebounds. She averages a double-double with 18.4 points per game and 10 rebounds per game. So trying to stop that, especially when Jenna Batch and Kate Gary are playing out of their minds like they are tonight, is just such a tall task for, quite frankly, a smaller-sized Mason Comets team.
Sure.
Big three from Wagner's nylon.
Her first tray of the game. Mason trying to up the defensive intensity here in the second half.
Big pass that Hayes once again catches one hand and then lays it up. And Hayes has had so many of those long passes that she's hauled in with one hand and just laid in off the glass.
Indeed she has.
Carter's got the ball now for the Comets. She's trapped in the corner, and it'll bounce off of Hayes and out of bounds. Ball stayed down here with the Comets.
Loveland did a nice job of trapping, but unfortunately for Loveland, when Carter tried to pass that ball around, it was off the foot of a Tiger.
And a lot of contact down there as Wagner and Kate Gary were jostling for the ball. Make sure they're both okay. And they're going to get Megan Wagner for the foul here, as you see it on replay.
Dove in front of her opponent.
Yep. No malintent as you see her. Wagner and Popplewell walk off there as well. You see Gary walk off. A little bit of a limp after that tumble.
Some tough contact on the floor. Oh, cut block works in football though, right?
Nice dish in. A lot of clean, nice passes for the Loveland Tigers. And that's Olivia Raby with the bucket.
Her first points of the evening. Lead is back up to 17 all of a sudden.
Nice passing underneath, and a bucket for Rosano.
Rosano with 4 points now.
Long 2 attempt will go off the rim. The rebound from Batch. Called for the foul, can't get the bucket to drop. Batch will head to the line. Here's that bucket, and that nice crisp pass there. And the finish by Olivia Raby, a real good look under the basket of that pass there. Very sharp passes from the Tigers tonight.
Batch has had all kinds of points tonight, but this is her first trip to the free throw line.
She hits her first. You see Darnell Parker, ECC Coach of the Year, on the sideline. Batch hits her second. You see some substitution. Hayes is going to get some rest as Sofia Kapsakavich comes on.
Not giving up much height-wise there, that's for sure. See if she can maintain Hayes' intensity down low.
CC brought it up for the Comets. Baird works it to Carter. Carter 3, it'll be off the back of the rim and rebounded by Batch. Batch bringing it up quick, and she's going to drive for the Tigers, and it'll roll out. The bench really wanted that one.
Did everything right, but get the roll. Whole Loveland student section wanted that one as well, not just the bench.
Barnes, and we're going to have a foul called here, a reach on Josie Early.
That will be her first. Team's fourth. Going to have those when you play with this kind of defensive pressure, I guess.
Carter tries to hook it in, and she's called for a foul.
Foul is called on number 4, Olivia Raby.
They'll get Raby for the foul, and that's her third foul. It'll put Alana Carter at the line.
First opportunity to shoot free throws tonight.
Off the side of the rim. Hayes will come back on for the Tigers, and
Olivia Raby's going to go to the bench.
Yep, she's got her third foul. Has a good laugh with her coach. She gets some rest.
Chris Borman goes out as well. Well, look at the height on the floor for the Tigers right now, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, you saw right there, I mean, those 4 that were there for that rebound, I mean, that's something that you just don't have an answer for. You can't just create more height if you're the Comets, already a rather shorter team. Big 3 from Hayes. It's tipped out, and the rebound goes to Baird. Baird's going to bring it up. Dish to Carter is behind her, and Hayes will pick it up for the Tigers.
Just a little
pass
behind Carter.
From the freshman, and wide open is Batch. She's fouled. So Batch will head back to the line after the foul.
Foul is called on number 20, CC Carey.
CC Carey, that's her only foul of the evening so far. Batch is first, he's in and out. See another look at Coach Parker. And 0 for 2 goes Batch at the line. She's 66% free throw shooter this year.
Kick
there. Stay with Mason. Approaching a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Comets would like to see some points here before they head to the bench and into the final quarter of our game. Carter up top, over to Baird. Excuse me, that's Barnes to Carter. Barnes will try and set the screen. Now it's Baird. Out to CC Carey. Lozano up top.
Trying to find a mismatch, and it's just not materializing.
The size underneath for the Tigers right now is very intimidating for the Comets. Going to need the senior to lay it in. Carter gets 2 for the Comets.
Did a great job of fighting through the defense there. Just got a little bit of a push on it, off her fingertips to put it through.
Hayes was working on Carter, able to go up and over for the 2. 46-30 is your score. Under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. CC Carey bringing it up. Over to Barnes, back to Carey. Carey thought about driving. Over to Rosano. Rosano's going to try and underhand it up. The Tigers come down with the rebound.
Thought they really had something going.
3 seconds left to play. Half-court shot. Just off the backboard from Kate Gary. 46-30. Your number 6 seed Loveland Tigers lead the number 7 seed Mason Comets. So you see some highlights from Hayes here.
Really thought Mason on that previous offensive possession had something going with those give passes, Josh. You know, they just have to be patient with them, protect the ball, right?
Yeah,
but,
I mean, they're getting the connections on those give passes,
yeah,
but those aren't creating the lanes
right
that you'd like to see just because of the wingspan that these
right
Loveland girls have underneath the basket right now.
Well, then they went away from it on that last possession, kind of forced a shot, and I don't know, that seems like they're going to, you know, it's hard to say when you're down 16 points, but maybe be a little more patient, try to get those developed.
We've got our replay schedule here. When our games will be playing back on cable television. You can always find all of our programming, playoff basketball, spring sports coming up at ICRC-TV.com. Shout out to our crew here at Lakota East High School, Dean Lowry, our director in the truck, all of our wonderful interns. Not every night that producers get to work together. This is actually Dean's alma mater in Loveland, my alma mater in Mason.
No. Got a skyline bet going on this?
We might have a skyline, a little gentleman's skyline bet going on this.
Chocolate shake.
It's looking pretty good for him, I think.
The skinny guys, you know, they always get away with it.
Yep. Dean's Loveland Tigers have a 16-point lead over my Mason Comets as we get the fourth quarter underway. Mason almost stole it away there. This is Division I District Semifinals. The winner of this game will have a travel called, no bucket. The winner of this game will go on to play number 14 Edgewood or number 1 Mount Notre Dame this Saturday. I'd imagine they play the nationally ranked Mount Notre Dame Cougars. Nice little jump shot from Popplewell. Mason's going to have to get the offense going quickly here.
8 points in the game for Popplewell.
Hayes going to bring it up. Hayes looking to drive here, a little floater. And they're going to get the charge here.
Boy, before Chris Casey had even finished making his signal, Darnell Parker was screaming what and stomping the floor.
I heard his feet stomping the floor from all the way up here.
Did not like that call. No coach ever likes it.
No, no coach ever likes it. He's asking his fans. Very faithful fan section over there behind the Loveland Tiger bench. Mason trying to work it in now. Dishes into Carter. She can't handle it, and ball will go out of bounds. I believe we're staying here, though.
Carter had Sophia Raby draped all over, and that's perhaps why she couldn't handle that pass.
Carter's inbound, got to do something with it. Big three here. And the bucket and the foul. I believe they're going to call that on Hayes. Nice job by Popplewell. Energize this Mason Comet side of the arena. So we see some substitutions.
It's actually going to be on Avery Martin, Josh. Her first, and now Mason will be in the bonus.
Needed gift for the Comets, Popplewell. And she'll roll out of the room. Hayes goes cross court and then back up top to Batch. Batch over to Broerman. Hayes asking for it underneath. She'll get it, lay it up and off the backboard. Nice job by Popplewell to steal that rebound from her. Comets are going to try and go quick. Kissimmee will slow it down. Popplewell open for the three. Off the rim, another good offensive rebound for the Comets, though. This time it's Alana Carter. She goes to Wagner. Wagner swings it around to Kissimmee. Into Carter. Thought Carter was going to keep driving that. She gives it to Wagner. Back to Carter. Carter the three. And off the backboard. A lot of opportunities with the offensive rebounds for the Comets there, but no points, Glenn.
Yeah, and Carter had a good look at the basket. We've talked about that a lot tonight, and just not able to convert. She's played a lot in this game. Not sure if fatigue's getting to her or just the physical beating that these Comets are taking.
Sophia Raby gets the foul. And yeah, I mean, in the first half, I don't think she was subbed out. I think she was one of the few girls that played all the minutes, so I'm sure she's exhausted.
That was 4 on Raby.
Hayes lays it in. And Alana Carter, such an integral part to this Comets offense. She's third in the GMC in assist, a very well-rounded senior leader, 9.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds a game, 3 assists per game, and then just under 2 steals per game. So an integral part. She'll play a lot of minutes. The pass to Kosimi almost goes off the backboard. Now Carter's got it up top for a clean look. Pops off the back of the backboard, the back of the rim, excuse me. Gonna have a foul called here. And Coach Rob Matula just simply looks done with this officiating crew, Glenn.
Megan Wagner picks up her second. It's part of the game, unfortunately, and as we said, no coach is ever pleased with a call. You know, in a physical game like this, there could be so many calls, and it's easy to understand why a coach gets frustrated when they call it one time and not another. Otherwise, we'd be here till midnight, called every foul, or until we ran out of players.
Score still, the lead still sits at 14 for the Tigers. Hayes has it up top. Definitely going to start trying to burn some time now as Hayes takes it all the way up top. Worked on by Popplewell.
Got out in front of her a little bit, but she saved it.
That was a nice save from Hayes there as she was being double teamed by Carter and Popplewell. Ball's on the floor. Hayes picks it up, gets her own rebound, and is called for the foul.
You know, you and I were talking at the halftime break that Loveland just really seems to have this awareness of where each other is on the floor.
Yeah, definitely.
It's tough to combat that, you know, when a team is that comfortable and, you know, really more accurately, more disciplined in where they are on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, like Hayes, Batch, Gary, Broerman, I mean, they've all been playing together for 3 going on 4 years now. You know, Mason's a little more spread out in between the classes and everything, so Loveland, with that size and chemistry that they've built over the years, is definitely something that you just don't have answers for.
Right.
Popplewell almost lost it, and they're going to call a backcourt. It was definitely tipped. The whole Mason sideline happened right in front of us. Definitely was a tip.
The referees won't overrule it, will they?
No, they will not. They'll give it to Loveland. The Mason faithful not happy with that call.
Thought they might get together on that one and talk about it.
I'm surprised there was no discussion there.
Exactly.
Now Mason almost got a much-needed steal, but guess who was there to recover it and lay it in? That's Jillian Hayes.
Boy, she's just
ECC co-player of the year.
She's just persistent. You think she's not involved, and she darts in out of nowhere and gets a shot up.
As we see her bucket here, not only does she average the double-double, I mean, she's also got the 2 assists per game, 3.2 blocks per game, just under 2 steals a game. I mean, we're talking about a very well-rounded player here. She's committed to a great UC program on the rise.
The Arabia's going to need to get some attention to a scratch, it looks like. They've drawn a little blood. So Broerman will come in to take her place.
It's 4 minutes left to play in regulation here. Comets down 34-51.
Loveland's really done a good job of guarding that inbounds. They're going to get that 5-second call sooner or later.
Carter, a long 3, is off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Loveland. Comets are going to be relentless trying to get that rebound, though, but we called for the foul, as you see. Medical attention over on that Loveland bench for Olivia Raby, getting that scratch cleaned up.
Thought we were going to get a tie up there, but we get Megan Wagner's third foul instead.
And for the Comets, number 14, Amanda Barnes.
And you see where Raby may have taken that injury there.
And for the Tigers, number 22, Sophia Raby.
Got crushed on the fingertip there, maybe.
Those are ones you remember for a couple days.
Yeah. Kate Gary at the line for the Tigers. 73% free throw shooter. Hits her first. She'll get a second.
I believe that's her first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Hits her second. 53-34 now the score.
She has 10 points in the game now.
Long three is left short, but rebounded by the Comets. Wagner to Carter. Over to Carolyn, loses the ball, and Tigers are going to slow it up now. But I mean, just to show you, as Hayes is going to drive in completely unguarded, gets fouled, almost the one. But just to show you how great this Loveland Tigers defense has been, I mean, the Comets average 53.9 points per game, Glenn. And they've been held shut down to under 30 just up until a couple moments ago.
Right. Again, it's just Loveland is relentless defensively, and that's why they've had the success they've had this year.
Hayes gets some help from the rim to hit her first free throw.
No, it's a broken record, but it's true. I mean, they play very good defensive basketball.
I would be really curious to see, as Hayes hits her second, gets both of them, how that size and how this strong of a defense is going to match up with what will likely be a face-off with number 1 Mount Notre Dame next Saturday.
It'll be exciting.
Can't get the rebound, but they do get the call.
Foul's called on number 52.
They'll send Hannah Carlin to the line. Haven't seen much of the senior forward Carlin tonight. Hits her first free throw, no problem. Deficit is 20 with 3 minutes left to play.
Mason was
Carlin
getting close.
Bounces out, but a nice rebound there from Carter. Wagner coming in hot, dishes out to Simi. Her three is rejected. And the crowd is just absolutely loving it from Jenna Batch, who has been an absolute ball-hawking monster on defense tonight, Glenn.
She wasn't going to smile, but then she allowed herself about a half second of a smile and got back into game mode.
Wagner drives. She's fouled in the one. Gets the Comets bench on their feet. You see the replay. Carter dishing it out. We'll see that block here on that three. Jenna Batch just gets up there and says, no, thank you. Wagner misses her free throw as we were in replay, and it's rebounded by the Tigers. Under 3 minutes to play now. Kate Gary. Over to Broerman. Broerman's going to go all the way across court, and it'll be lost on the baseline there, trying to get it to Sophia Raby. And we will see a all but one getting subbed out for the Comets. And the Comets will get a nice standing ovation from not only the Mason section, but the Loveland section as well. Some good sportsmanship from these clubs that often meet each other in playoffs or many different sports, especially on the girls' side of things.
Never a shortage of talent in this Mason girls program, and those four players just subbed out, very well deserving of the recognition they received. Goes without saying.
So foul called now on one of the Mason newcomers, Avery Legault. We've also got Lillian Ellers out there. Peyton Black is out there as well. Braden Johnson. And I believe we've got all freshmen out there, with Barnes being the only one that wasn't subbed out.
Future bright for this Mason program. As I said, they're never starved for talent.
Legault hits both the free throws. Approaching 2 minutes left to play now.
Here, as successful as this program's been, going back, what, 20 years to the Michelle Munoz days? Just going to attract talent and got a good pipeline of students in the very large Mason community. And there's kids playing rec ball right now that'd be playing varsity at some other schools.
Loveland's working it around. Drive in from Gorman, or excuse me, that was Jenna Batch again. Just missed off the back of the rim.
Just about 90 seconds left, Josh. We're about to get the subs for the Tigers, too, all 5.
Galt, Johnson, Barnes, and foul called here. Braden Johnson will go to the line. And we're about to see the full change here for the Tigers.
Line shooting 2, number 3.
Well, tough end to the season for the Comets. They've had some battles, as we talked about, some of their notable wins and losses. They will end at 15-9. Definitely not up to the standards that Mason has grown accustomed to, but still a good season nonetheless.
Braden Johnson hits her first free throw attempt of the season as we hear a big, big ovation for the 5 that were on the floor that just got switched out. Whole team change for the Tigers. Johnson's second free throw goes away, gets her own rebound though. Good hustle from the freshman there. Josie Early's going to bring it up for the Tigers now.
Loveland just going to play keep away. Loveland with 10 team fouls. Tigers with 9. Or Mason, excuse me. 9
Under
fouls.
60 seconds now as the Tigers work it around the horn. Rachel Yeager trying to drive in, and she's held up and called for a walk. Avery Legault working on her defensively for the Comets. 45 seconds left to play here.
And number 34, Paige Gorman.
So Glenn, what do you think? Number 14 Edgewood taking on number 1 Mount Notre Dame. I'll assume Mount Notre Dame, as they are one of the better high school teams in the entire country.
I'd say it would be a massive upset if that occurred.
It would be a huge upset if Edgewood pulled that off, but for the sake of our game, we'll say Mount Notre Dame wins. What do you think in this Loveland team match up with the Cougars this Saturday?
Defensively, I think it would be a real battle. I think offensively, Mount Notre Dame has a lot of weapons and probably be a close game, closer than many would think. But I think Mount Notre Dame just has the experience. They've been there, won that state title last year, of course.
That'll be a battle of 2 great coaches as well as we tick under 10 seconds here. Driving in and fouled is Peyton Black.
Had to get one more foul in.
Yeah, had to get one more foul. One more trip to the line here tonight as we close out a doubleheader evening of playoff basketball here at Lakota East High School in Liberty Township, Ohio. Black's first free throw off the rim.
Second free throw's good.
She hits her second. We're under 5 seconds now. And that's going to do it. The Loveland Tigers are going to advance to the district finals on Saturday, defeating the Mason Comets 55-41. Glenn, any parting thoughts?
Just too deep, too many weapons, and too much defensive intensity for the Tigers. But as I said a moment ago, still a very great season for the Mason Comets.
Yeah, Matula and the Comets have nothing to hang their heads about. A great season, finishing third in the GMC, but ECC Coach of the Year Darnell Parker has done himself a nice job of creating quite a strong defense for the Loveland Tigers. Again, your final score, 55-41, as the 6-seed Tigers knock off the 7-seed Mason Comets. For our entire crew, our director, Dean Lowry, for my partner, Glenn Olson, and for all of us here at ICRC-TV, thank you for joining us. So long, folks.